This thing was so damn funny.
What do you expect? The guy married a whore. Like, what?
Oh, Lord.
Like, my goal was to get this far in Hollywood and still have a virgin asshole. And never has sucked a penis. But he offered to suck my penis in front of all my people at my agency.
They had him on the basketball court, and it looked like he moving pretty good. I mean,
Yeah, he moving pretty good, but man, that wasn't no goddamn fofo. Come on now.
I did run a 40-yard dash, and I believe I clocked in right about 4.7. All right, 4.72. Here's the clock right here.
Hey, no lies.
Right there. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. We have a different type of breakdown. Actually, not a breakdown, a reaction. I don't know if you guys have seen it. The Shannon Sharpe, Katt Williams interview, which has taken the YouTube space, not just YouTube space, the internet space by storm. By storm. If you guys have not seen that interview, do yourself a favor, go watch it on Shannon Sharpe's YouTube channel, Club Shay. Also, they also do another thing called the Nightcap, where him and Ocho Cinco do a recap of what they just experienced by doing a reaction to his interview with Katt Williams and all the other guests. But I wanted to do a breakdown of this because I found it absolutely hilarious. Me and my wife, we watched it. There's a lot of powerful, positive things that Katt Williams says, and there's a lot of things that that Katt Williams says that's absolutely hilarious. That he said he could run a 4.3 and, you know, probably 4.65, I think. You know, that's college, that's NFL level, boys, for a gentleman who's 5'5". All right, so I'm gonna show some of the highlights. I'm gonna kind of give you guys my feedback on it. But if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you like, subscribe. Also, hit the bell to know when we go live.
has emerged of Katt Williams' claim that he can run a sub 4.5 40-yard dash.
A sub. Hey, what do you say? 4.5? Yeah.
He can run a sub 4.5
4.5 40-yard dash. All right, let's take a look at this.
40-yard dash. Now he came on Club Shay and said, you know, he can run. You know, he athletic. He talk about he shoot hoop. Say he play like 10 games a day in the yard. He say, you know, he box, he lift, you know, he do push-ups and sit-ups and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they had him on the basketball court, and it looked like he moving pretty good. I mean,
Yeah, he moving pretty good, but man, that wasn't no goddamn fofo. Come on now. Man, what kind of, hey, stop playing.
but hold on, how long is the side of a basketball court?
Oh, Joe.
I don't think it's 40 yards.
You don't think so?
No, hell no.
That's no, you know, just looking at the video, that's a long way. That's a little ways now. That's a little ways.
Okay, let's see the dimensions of a basketball court. Dimensions of a basketball court. All right. So here we go. It is it's 28 meters. Okay, now we gotta make sure we do the correct version of that. So 28 meters from there to there. So let's do 28 meters. So 28 to yards. Unfortunately, boy, you running 30 yards. You're running 30 yards. So there's no way. He's probably running about maybe 5'5", maybe 5'8", 40-yard dash. So the dimensions of a basketball court is 20 meters. 28 meters, excuse me, what did I say? 28 meters, which would be 40, which would not be 40 yards. So unfortunately, my man Katt Williams.
I don't think that's no 40 yards.
I know one thing, that wasn't no goddamn fofo. He ain't running that. I know that much.
But
That ain't happening.
It can't.
I did run a 40-yard dash, and I believe I clocked in right about 4.72 seconds. Go ahead and take a look at this.
Set, go.
Woo! All right, 4.72. Here's the clock right here.
Hey, no lies.
Right there. Okay, I'll post the video. I'm gonna run one more. I think I get fast. I think I get 4 point, maybe 6.8. I'm gonna try again one more time.
In 15 years in Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show, there being a line for him ever getting a standing ovation at any comedy club. He already had his deals when he got here. Have we heard of a comedian that came to LA and in his first year in LA, he had his own sitcom on network television and had his own movie called Soul Plane that he was leading? No, we've never heard of that before that person or since that person. What do you think a plant is? Maybe people don't understand the definitions of these words. It didn't happen. And I hate to seem like a petty individual for picking apart lies, but Jussie Smollett gonna keep lying until you say we don't believe you.
I love the fact that he's like, you know, going through and saying, you know, basically he's talking about like how Kevin Hart is saying that he came to, you know, the US having all these sold out shows, standing ovation, when he just released a Netflix special with him and Chris Rock talking about their upbringing. And Katt Williams is saying there's no way he could have done that because he just did a Netflix special saying that his upbringing was in the East Coast when he said it was in the West Coast. So it's just funny how he's going back and forth and like basically lifting the sheets up, right? It's like Warren Buffett says, everybody's out in the sea having a good time, and then when the tide comes out, they're all standing there butt ass naked. It's kind of such what he's saying.
That's how a legacy is built. So all of these shortcut takers, they canceled me for talking about Harvey Weinstein before the thing came out, but he offered to suck my penis in front of all my people at my agency. What am I supposed to do?
He offered to suck his penis. Oh my God.
He did all of that. I'm thinking I'm the only black person on the script. I get there, it's 3 other black guys on there. Woo. Huh.
So you wonder what they did to get there.
I told him no. What y'all do? And this is why when I walk in a room, heads go down.
You know, Katt Williams never misses. I truly feel that he's telling the truth. Probably 85% of the time. There are some things where I'm like, well, I don't know. But one of the things that caught my eye, what he talked about, and one of the cool things that Shannon Sharpe has done, or Club Shay, is that they made timestamps of all of the interesting things that he says. Now, when he was talking about Cedric the Entertainer, we talked about not Katt Williams, Mickey Smalley, I don't know how to say the guy's freaking name. That gentleman, and then he was also talking about Kevin Hart, Ludacris, Illuminati. It was just off of the chain. He never sold his soul. If you go back and you try to look at all of African-American actors who have gone into Hollywood, he said that he would never wear a dress. I will never wear a dress. If you go back, Jamie Foxx wore a dress. Kevin Hart has wore a dress. The list just goes on and on. And then I did a little more research. Has any Caucasian actors wore any dresses? And come to fact, there have been many. You know, Mrs. Doubtfire, rest in peace to Robin Williams. I believe, what's his name? Jim Carrey has wore a dress. So I think it's a collective of all good actors in Hollywood wear a dress. But I think Katt Williams told him that I'm not gonna wear a dress. Who else said they weren't gonna wear a dress? Dave Chappelle said he wasn't gonna wear a dress, and he also turned down $50 million, and he didn't want to sell his soul to Hollywood. I mean, the whole thing is absolutely hilarious. It's a 2.5 hour sit-down interview, which I'm not gonna sit down with you guys for 2.5 hours, but I wanted to pinpoint. Oh, here's a hilarious thing too about
what do you think about
West.
Kanye rants? What's going on with Kanye? From a distance, obviously, I don't know how well you know Kanye. I don't know if you've been around Kanye, but from a distance, what do you suspect's going on?
I suspect that we're pretty awful people if we say that somebody got a mental illness and then we watch what they do. If you say somebody got special needs, then why would you be watching them and holding them accountable like everybody else? Wouldn't you grade them on a curve? Wouldn't you go, whew, this guy? Because, I mean, what are we reacting to? What are we reacting to? You're the one that put him in a position where he thought he was God and could call himself Yeezus. And you're the one told a guy that writes musical lyrics that he was a genius. You're the one that's like, so what do you expect? The guy married a whore. Like, what?
Oh, Lord.
Like, I didn't mean it like that. I mean, married her because she was one. Not he didn't know. He understood that he wanted that. He courted that. That's what he wanted to base his family
she got
on.
a good heart, though. I know what you're going to say. Don't you say it, Katt. Don't you say it. I'm going to move the conversation.
If what I'm saying is not correct, then how does she end up with Pete Davidson?
I mean, it happens all the time.
And what if you weren't even good enough for Pete and he leaves you? What do that mean the product was? No, I don't support
And this
or
is why I think it's such a great interview, because he just tells
because I don't understand what it is we want from him. I don't know why we look at a basketball player and say, he didn't score no hockey goals this whole season. He don't play hockey.
And I also think the dynamic between Katt Williams and Shannon Sharpe does a very good job about keeping the interview nice and smooth and giving his guests a safe space to tell their side of the story, right? Because, you know, to give you more context about this interview is Katt Williams came on here because Cedric the Entertainer, Steve Harvey, a lot of comedians that came on here and basically name dropped Katt Williams. And he was like, no, that's not how it all went down. Like Ricky Smiley said that his role, he was the Santa Claus in Friday After Next. When that role, Money Mike, I think he said 300 black actors auditioned for that role, and Ricky Smiley said that role was for him. When Katt Williams says no, it wasn't, it was for me. And that was another interesting thing he said too. And the reason why it kind of caught my eyes, because lately I've been doing a lot of I've been in acting classes because I want to try to give acting a try. And to hear, you know, just the acting beef between people it kind of opened my eyes to a lot of things. And let's watch this one right here, the Jonathan Majors ones. You guys know who Jonathan Majors is? Jonathan Majors he was one of the biggest and baddest actors who took on the role of Kang in the Marvel movie. So let's take a look at this clip as well.
My goal was to get this far in Hollywood and still have a virgin asshole. And never have sucked a penis. That was my only goal. I didn't want to get with a white woman because I was scared.
And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people in Hollywood whose buttholes are still virgin and who probably never sucked a penis for in their life. So just want to throw that out there.
She might have me running down the street like Jonathan Majors.
There you go. See, come on, Katt.
Not because I didn't like white women. I think white women are as great as any other women. But
I love white women.
But I'm not gonna act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends. If this ugly is good looking, then all is good looking. Anytime you see them telling you something you can't believe, just understand it's a play. And it don't matter, you gonna know it's a play as soon as they get in that position and think they's gonna tell somebody something. No, you're not. No, you're not. Marvel will cancel you, so you won't be allowed to read a comic book this far in Hollywood.
Absolutely amazing episode podcast. If you guys want to give it a watch, just go to Club Shay. 32 million views in 4 days. Absolute hilarious. I mean, he has a plethora of guests. And the interview, I mean, that's just snippets of a 2.5 hour amazing conversation with Katt Williams. I loved it. The wife loved it. I mean, he hits on a lot of things in my life because Katt Williams, I actually saw him live. And I saw him live in Federal Way. We actually booed him because he was on stage drunk and smoking weed and he didn't know what the hell he was doing. But hits on the Hollywood, hits on Kevin Hart. And then Kevin Hart gets at him, hits on Ludacris, he hits on everybody. No one's safe. 2024, he said he's coming for all of them. So boys, do yourself a favor, watch it, and also hit the bell to know when we go live. I know this is something different, but this is something that me and my friends were talking about. He even did a reference about how Ice Cube, people said Ice Cube doesn't pay, right? And then Ice Cube, and then he says, dude, you don't go to the Value Village or, you know, the Goodwill and say, look at all, look at all this cheap shit. You know, you go to Fendi, you can go to Balenciaga, you can go to Gucci, Louis Vuitton. You don't have to go to Value Village or Goodwill. So it's a very good listen. So do yourself a favorite, listen to it. All right, boys. Appreciate you guys checking this video out. Something totally different, but I think you guys are gonna get laugh, and I wanted to give you guys kind of my piece on this. Absolutely amazing. So, GG, boys.